Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to my channel. Well, I'm kind of sorry today for the few people who noticed I tried to do a live stream this morning and only got like 6 seconds of footage. I might upload a first part of the game run through that I also did with my audio turned on a little bit later tonight. I should have probably done it this morning because that's what I did after the live stream failed. But I want to give you guys my early opening thoughts on Cuphead now that I played it for a few hours. And my thoughts are this: it's a really solid game. The people who made this put a lot of heart and effort into it. You can just tell by the graphical style, the way it resembles a 1930s cartoons. There's even a few nods to the 1930s mentality and thinking. You meet a character who says he will never put his money in the bank again, which was kind of the idea of the 1930s because you had a whole bunch of bank failures at that point in the Depression. So that was a nice nod. The animation and the effects are great. You know, I like the fact that they have it all kind of blocky and kind of deteriorated and really, you know, rough when it comes to the footage, like you are watching a really old film footage. It really enhances the game. Now for the gameplay. The gameplay is okay. It certainly is solid, but I'm one of the people who probably will say them upping the difficulty level to as high as it is more of a detriment to this game than it is a plus. Don't get me wrong, it is tough but fair, but sometimes it's exceedingly tough. For example, in these run and gun stages, and they're not too long, but everything kind of comes at you in some of these places, and you only have one life with 4 hits to get through. And yes, I know that would be almost exactly similar to a Contra game, but still, it doesn't feel like it's very well balanced, at least not compared to other games in this day and age. Not saying it's bad. As far as the bosses, which this game has plenty of, in fact, this game originally was, I guess, supposed to be nothing but a huge boss fight rush, and they actually stopped to put the side-scrolling running guns in. But the bosses are pretty fun. They're pretty entertaining. I kind of like the fact that the first boss actually kind of resembles a Dragon Quest slime if he was done in the 1930s. They all kind of go through really kooky attacks, some really bizarre looks as you kind of battle them and beat them. Your weapons of choice are your machine gun. I also unlocked a spread shot, and you have to equip these. You can only equip 2 at a time, and there's a few other things you can unlock to equip as well. Overall, I do see myself probably giving this a cautious recommendation. If there was an easy mode, if there was a way to bring down the difficulty to a little bit more of a sane level, this game would get a really, really high recommendation from me. However, I don't really like the old 1980s beat you to a pulp video game difficulty of the NES. I think that hasn't aged well, and the fact that they used it in Cuphead doesn't really do it very well. Don't get me wrong, like I said, tough but fair. As I battled these enemies, the more I learned the way they kind of sequence their tells and how to get out of the way and keep on shooting at them to keep doing damage while dodging theirs. But it's just, like I said, feels really frustrating, and I don't think that's why people play video games anymore, to get frustrated, which is a darn shame. Like I said, cautious recommendation. This might be worthwhile to put on your wish list, but I don't know if I can recommend a purchase yet. I'll let you know if I ever get through the game and do a review. This is Tommy the Game Master signing out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below.